We're back. We're playing the Dulls. We didn't play them yesterday. I think it's still, we're gonna rotate them in. We're gonna rotate them out. It's nice to get other trivia in as well, because I really wanted to play Quicksort yesterday, which is kind of like pop culture trivia. I didn't want to do like Tradle or the Dulls, then Quicksort. It's like the whole day is just me being like, Matt Damon, Ben Affleck, Gore Verbinski, Pirates of the Caribbean 2003, The Curse of the Dead Man's Chest. Like it's just too much. But yesterday you missed Dark Souls 2. Yeah, I know, because I knew that before I even decided to skip it, because everybody in chat was like, holy cow, he's going to love the Gamedle today. And then because I'm not 3 years old, I sussed out from context clues that meant it was Dark Souls 2 yesterday. And then people on the subreddit, there were like 8 posts that were like, why didn't he do the Dulls today? The game was Dark Souls 2. Then in chat today, people were like, did you know yesterday the Gamedle was Dark Souls 2? Just chill, man. We're good. You're spoiling the trivia. I'd rather have like movie spoilers than trivia spoilers, because otherwise we were just like, that's just school. It's just your teacher going like, hey, Uruguay exports $6.74 billion a year. And then you're like writing it down like Peepo G. Okay, it's not Uruguay. 8,000 kilometers to the northeast. I feel like that takes you to... my guess is that this is going to be in Africa. Direct northeast from Uruguay this much takes you to like Europe, but it's unlikely, I think, that any country in Western Europe is going to have $6.74 billion in exports. So I think that this is going to be somewhere in the northern part of Africa. Let's call this, and it's probably on a coast, you would imagine. So let's call this give me a second. I'm going to call this Tunisia. It's not Tunisia. It's 3,000 kilometers south of Tunisia. Probably puts you into like Angola type beats. Okay, it's north of Angola. This is, in this case, we're getting into like, it could be Cameroon. We're getting into that sort of location. Okay. It could be the Democratic Republic of the Congo. It could be Cote d'Ivoire, but where's the ivory, man? Maybe we don't do that much ivory trading anymore. I'm just going to say it's the regular Congo. It's not. It is! Holy cow. This might seem like we were like semi-washed, but dude, for me to get something in like Western Africa that's south of Nigeria is very unusual for me. That's emblematic of progress. We got there. We're learning a little bit by bit. Plus, I'm old, so it's harder for me to learn than it is for you. So, like, what's your excuse? Globle? Well, let's start in the Congo. It's 5,000 kilometers away. Take me to Italy. 3,000 kilometers away. Take me to Egypt. 2,000 kilometers away. Take me to I fucking hate that the globe is a sphere. Because, like, you know what? It could be here. I'm like triangulating the position. Closest to here And it's almost like equidistant from these two. You could put it like here. It could be like Mali, because the globe like bulges in the middle, like middle-aged men. Or it could be like over here, maybe like more closer to here. You know, this could be like a Georgia or something, or like an Azerbaijan, or like an Armenia maybe. That is warmer. It's 1,600 kilometers away from Armenia. It's closer to Egypt. I feel like it's got to be down here then. Like a Bahrain. Oh, 1,000 kilometers from Bahrain. Up here, it's like an Iraq. That's cooler, but it's still closer than Egypt. Okay. I'm thinking, okay, just give me a second. It shouldn't be, well, I don't think it's the UAE, just because I don't feel like the UAE is 3,000 kilometers from Italy. I feel like that's a longer distance, but it could be Yemen, Saudi Arabia, Oman, UAE. It's not going to be Kuwait because Kuwait borders Iraq. I suppose it could be, well, it shouldn't be Iran because Iran borders Iraq. Could be, like, it's a bit of, I feel like Afghanistan's a bit of a stretch, but just let me work on, it's adjacent, never mind. Okay. This is not my strongest region on the map. Suppose it could just be Pakistan. It is Pakistan. Okay. That was, for a country that is relatively easy to guess, that was hard. I feel like we didn't do ourselves any favors with the first few countries we guessed there. Still, we got there. Slightly raised our average. You suck at triangulating? I went to college after high school. I skipped basic training. I know, and it haunts me to this day. This is Somalia. It's one of the most obvious countries. Yes, okay. I'm a genius. I'm a genius. Somalia is an easy one because they call it the Horn of Africa. And it's like, that's the horn. Meet Leonardo DiCaprio pointing at the shape. That's the horn. Week of December 16th, 2016. December 2016. You could tell us a good weekend at the box office. Disney, Paramount, Warner Brothers. So we had a $155 million opening from Disney that is not a animated film. December 2016, this is The Last Jedi. That might be 2018. Could this be Rogue One? In that case, maybe I got my years a little mixed up. Okay, good stuff. Now this, Walt Disney, has been in theaters for a month. It's probably going to be animated, but I'd like to narrow my domain. Okay, good. It's an adventure comedy family animation. Perhaps a little Zootopia for you? No? Okay. 162 million, not quite as high performing at the box office as a Zootopia. I don't think this is going to be, Inside Out was a little earlier. Well, was it? Was it? I'd like to, I want a cheap hint. They don't exist. Inside Out? I feel like Inside Out would make more money than this, but I really don't want to reveal like an actor, man. Like it's just, it should be gettable. It doesn't have to be Pixar. It's not like Finding Dory. Okay, give me the tagline. The ocean is calling. It's not Finding Dory, dude. That came out in the summertime. I remember because I saw it when I was in LA for the one E3 I went to. It's The Little Mermaid. The ocean is it Moana? The ocean's calling. Oh, it is Moana. Okay, should have thought of that. Should have been top of mind because my daughter goes crazy for the soundtrack. Paramount Pictures kind of tanking at the box office. Actor is Jason Bateman. Is this, I feel like Game Night is like 2018. So I feel like it's not Game Night. Could this be like Couples Retreat? It's not Couples Retreat. It's going to be a comedy. Is this The Change Up? How many guesses I got? 6 guesses left. Is this Identity Thief? Give me the second actor. Olivia Munn. Tagline: party like your job depends on it. Is this Office Christmas Party? I saw it on an airplane. Okay, we take those. Also, one of the last known sightings of T.J. Miller. 4 misses remain. Warner Brothers opened to $7 million. You gotta hope this is Oscar bait. Starring Will Smith. It's Concussion. It's not Concussion. 3 misses left. 2016. Could it be like after Earth? Well, let me get genre. That's a good use of 5 points. Drama, romance, Will Smith. Close it for a moment. Let me get this big Warner Brothers movie. It's a fantasy adventure family movie starring Eddie Redmayne. It's Fantastic Beasts. And Where to Find Them. Okay. Now, I simply don't know what this is. So give me a tagline. We are all connected. And then an actor too, Ed Norton and Will Smith. All I can think of is like Motherless Brooklyn. I don't think that Will Smith is even in that. Will Smith, Ed Norton, reveal all. Retreating from life after a tragedy, a man questions the universe by writing to love, time, and death. Receiving unexpected answers, he begins to see how these things interlock and how even loss can reveal moments of meaning and beauty. Is it The Secret? I legitimately just don't know this one. Collateral Beauty. I've never seen it, but I have heard of the title. Collateral Beauty. Now, Collateral, what a movie. I still feel like we did pretty well today. 500, wait, what was our score today? 590? It's like right in our, well, probably a little bit below average, but it's right in our mode. Not too bad. My mom made me watch that with her. Will Smith has some movies like that, right? Like 7 Pounds is kind of like that. Your movies where there's like something mystical going on, like there's a little, there's some intelligence to the design, to put it that way. He put out Oscar bait now and then. Well, I mean, he won an Oscar. He kind of went out of the Oscars on top. Dude, like, you know, had a viral moment, won Best Actor, and then got banned for 10 years. Okay. Let me look here. I see Darren Aronofsky, Mickey Rourke past their prime. That's The Wrestler. Justin Timberlake, Cameron Diaz, Teacher. This is Bad Teacher. Hot Swap Me. 3-hour runtime sequel, James Cameron, is going to be Avatar, which I'm assuming involves a whale. King Arthur, Dev Patel, A24 Green is The Green Knight. Whoops. Why? What the heck is Teacher A24? Oh, that's the whale. Okay, so we found our connection. In my head, I'm like, just keep Dev Patel Green Knight. Get Dev Patel Green Knight ready to go. Okay, so this is, we know we got bad teacher. 8 swaps remain, and then A24 whale, Darren Aronofsky teacher. Okay, that's like a gimme today. The whale passes you the booth. What are you going to do? Green Knight, bad teacher, Avatar, the wrestler, the whale. We got there. Can I tell you something embarrassing? Out of all of these, like, pretty acclaimed or highly successful movies, I've only seen Bad Teacher and The Wrestler. I know. Why Bad Teacher? It was on. I don't know what to tell you. Wrestler's a great movie. There's nothing wrong with The Wrestler. I'm just saying, I mean, Bad Teacher is the outlier. This is the remix. Moonrise Kingdom, Isle of Dogs. We have a Wes Anderson spotting. Or do we? Yeah, probably. Because we have Royal Tenenbaum's French Dispatch. Harry Met Sally, Sleepless in Seattle. You've got Mail. This is Tom Hanks, Meg Ryan. So let's start with our hot swaps. I also see movies with "end" in the title. Thelma and Louise, Dumb and Dumber, Mary and Max, Ant-Man and the Wasp. Okay, it's good. Let's swap. I'm just thinking about my swaps. Let's swap like this. And then it's going to be like movies about like, it's a love story, but it's supernatural. Like one of the partners is like a ghost or like travels through time. Yeah, About Time, Time Traveler's Wife, The Lake House, Midnight in Paris. Okay, so we got 4 for sure. Give me a Midnight in Paris, and then hot swap these, hot swap these, hot swap these. We got 9 swaps left. Now, I'm thinking they're not going to be Farrelly Brothers movies. Ensemble casts, movies about technology. Historical movies. Movies about history. I don't know what Mary and Max is. Midnight in Paris is about like historical figures. I don't know. Maybe historical figures. We got like Tom Hanks obviously is involved. Is Anastasia Tom Hanks and Meg Ryan? Oh, just Meg Ryan. Okay. Tom Hanks is not. Michael Douglas. What the heck is Mary and Max? Rachel McAdams. Is there like a Keanu Reeves? Is Keanu Reeves in Thelma? No, it's Brad Pitt is in this one, right? Jim Carrey, Jeff Daniels, Gene Hackman, Ben Stiller, Bill Murray, Gwyneth Paltrow, Luke Wilson, Owen Wilson, Danny Glover, Angelica Houston, Wes Anderson, Paul Simon on the soundtrack. Movies that deal with the quantum realm. Movies that deal with supernatural effects. Movies with simulated orgasms in them. Movies with a deli scene. Movies with a diner scene? Hang on here. Could I be crazy for Dumb and Dumber and When Harry Met Sally both have a very noteworthy diner scene? And maybe the Royal Tenenbaum. I'm stupid. I feel like Gene Hackman has a diner scene in this movie, but I think that should make a connection. Kick his ass, Seabass. I'll have what she's having. Anyway, how about animated movies? None of these are animated. Sandra Bullock. Movies I've never heard of. Bruce Willis. Rob Reiner, perhaps, because I know, Rob, it's not going to be director because Wes Anderson directed all those. So, movies about traveling. Dumb and Dumber, Midnight in Paris, Anastasia, there's like a train involved, or am I thinking of Anna Karenina? And the French Dispatch, or am I thinking of the Darjeeling Limited? Movies about a road trip. Movies about summer camp. Movies about, there's a princess involved. Royals? 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 Royal Tenenbaums? Anastasia? They robbed banks that had money, which might have had a picture of a royal on it. Mary and Max is about royals, just guessing. I'm hot swapping because I don't know the answer. I'm out of here. I can't get to this one. Solution. Moonrise, Lake House, Mary and Max, You've Got Mail. The theme is pen pals. That's tough. It's especially tough because I don't know what the hell Mary and Max is. And also, all I know about I thought the Lake House was a movie where, like, Sandra Bullock is building a house and then she, like, falls in love with the past owner, but the past owner is like a ghost or something like that. They send letters through time. It's through a supernatural mailbox. Oh, okay. My wife was in that movie. You're married to Sandra Bullock? Holy cow! Something, something. You could say I got blindsided by that information. Something, something. Thanks for the subs. Okay. From the producers to Strange World. So I don't know who's in Strange World. So we'll start there. This has Nathan Lane and Matthew Broderick, and I have to assume that's Uma Thurman. So we're trying to get to Uma, Nathan, or Matthew. Uma, Nathan, Matthew. Maya he, Maya ho. Okay. Well, Will Ferrell's in it too, apparently. Michael McKean, he's been in a lot of great stuff. The Chicanery, John Lovitz. Okay, it's a lot to keep in your head. Nathan, Matthew, Uma, Will, Michael, John. Feel like you could get to Rat Race, and then you're off to the races. Okay, now let's just look at this for a second, okay? Jake Gyllenhaal, been in a lot of stuff. Probably a connection there. Dennis Quaid, been in a lot of stuff. He's been in Movie 43 with an actor who's definitely been in a Will Ferrell movie. There's no doubt about that. Lucy Liu, Cameron D, and Destiny. Dun, 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 dun. Alan Tudyk, of course, takes you to... I mean, here's the easy connection. Alan Tudyk, who plays Steve the Pirate in Dodgeball, A True Underdog Story, which then takes you to Vince Vaughn, which then takes you to... Where was I going with this one? Anchorman, which takes you to Will Ferrell, which takes you to the producers. Okay, but I bet I'm interested to see the better line here. Lucy Liu, Kill Bill, Uma Thurman. That's a gimme. You could also go, of course, from Nathan Lane to Astro Boy to Alan Tudyk to Strange World. The producers. So you could do Alan Tudyk. No, you could do Strange World, Lucy Liu, Kill Bill, Uma Thurman. So the shortest is that, I would say the best is the Kill Bill line. Astro Boy. How many dicks? I was wondering what people were talking. I thought it was like a Clerks reference, and I was like, what's going on here? Maybe his name's Alan Tudyk? I don't know. I've always called him Alan Tudyk. Hey, I know this game! I know this game! He's gonna go crazy for the guess the game this week. It's Limbo! The answer is Limbo! Great game. Inside, great game. They really, I don't know if anybody else, I don't want to go off on a rant here, but does anybody else think that Play Dead is kind of like the Neutral Milk Hotel of the indie game industry? Just drop 2 all-time great performances and then leave forever without a trace? No? Okay. I don't want to go off on a rant here, but does anybody else think that Senate Majority Leader John Boner is kind of like former Attorney General Tom DeLay. Anyway, Gamedle. Gamedle Classic. This is, I know this game. I will never buy this shirt, Amazon. I hate to break it to you, Amazon. I will never buy this shirt. This is like Super Smash Brothers 1. This is Smash 64. This is Melee. It has Donkey Kong in it, man. It's Mario Party! I'm stupid! Oh. I was like, there's no other games that have Mario and Donkey Kong except for Smash. And then now I'm realizing, hey, what about Donkey Kong? What about Mario Party? What about Mario Kart? What about Mario Tennis? What about Super Mario Strikers? What about Mario Golf? There's like every single Mario game has Mario and Donkey Kong in it. Hang on, take me to guess the game artwork. Hang on, I don't know if this one's safe for work, brother. Just give me a second here. I want to make sure it's safe for work. There's a lot of, I don't know if it is safe for work, man. It is? Listen, I'm describing, first, I'm just going to tell you, I don't know what it is, and I'm going to describe it as not safe for work, okay? It was Silent Hill Homecoming. There's no shot I'm going to get it. I would say that, I don't know, it's like, imagine like 8 ladies stitched together in a human centipede. They do have like exposed breasts, but there's no nipples on them. I don't know how the like current American government feels about that. I'm just not willing to make my stand there. You live in Canada? Yeah, but my Twitch channel doesn't. Dark Souls 2. Came out in 2014, but not multi-platform necessarily. Could have been a console exclusive. Could have been a next-gen game on the PlayStation 4 or the Xbox One. For example, this could have been Rise, Son of Rome. Apparently that came out in 2013. Noted. This could be Knack. They don't even have it. That's so sad. This could be Killzone Shadowfall. It's also 2013, but we know it's a first-person game from 2014 that was not made in the Decima engine and is not a shooter. It's an adventure game. It's like a antechamber. No? Okay, because it's not spelled like that. Okay, that's 2013. It's a single player. It did come out on the PS4. A first-person, single-player, PC and PS4 joint from 2014 that you feel like, okay, from 2014. First person, it's The Witness, which definitely came out in like 2016. It's not in the Antechamber Saga. Remember, we're just trying to, if we could just get some of the things green so that the hint is forced to give us a meaningful clue. So if we could just come up with a PC and PS4 game, that should not be this hard. It could be Resogun. They don't have it. A PC and PS4, just to get another green. And it would be great if it was made in Unity. PC and PS4. There were lots of games that were like Vita. Like a Hotline Miami came out on more. Came out on more than I thought it did. And is certain. It doesn't matter if we just need to get one more green as soon as possible. We got 3 greens, but I don't want it to be in this category. If it's this category, I would love it. I don't want it to be this category. Saga would go crazy if we could get it right. Okay, but just let me think. PC, PS4. It's a slice, like it's a query of the mental database I haven't made in a long time. Work with me on this one. Let me think about it. So this could be a Sony game, but probably not, or a company that Sony later purchased. It could be an indie game that was not courted by Microsoft in this era. Indies are getting, yeah, I would say indie. It probably is an indie puzzle game, 2014. But we don't have to care about the genre so much. It would be nice if we could get it. But a puzzle adventure in the first person came out on PC, PS4. I'm just going to go with Supergiant's second game, which was called Transistor, thinking that maybe we might get platform or genre green on this. It's on more than I thought. Okay, give me my clue and pray. It's from Scott Games and Click Team. Washed. Thomas Was Alone. It's Loser. It's the Talos Principle. It's Dead. Dead Island Riptide. Motherfucker. Well, if you thought I was just pretending to not know anything about Five Nights at Freddy's, well, now you know. Now you know. Really, you got me. You got me. I was like, Scott Games, nobody's going to know this. Gamedle ain't it. It's the reason I like Gamedle still, first off, the dev has been very nice to us. We've had some funny guesses. Secondly, it feels bad to play Gamedle guess, which means it's good for your brain. Like to force your brain to think, to slice a data point in a way you've never sliced it before. I just feel like it's going to stave off some level of cognitive decline. Like, if you have to, where else would I find myself being like, okay, you have to think of a game that came out in 2014, which is already like semi-hard, and then like it only came out on these two platforms, and it's like one of these three genres, which is why I think it's you're keeping your brain nimble. Like it's instead of just being like Call of Duty, you know, you're having to rotate the Rubik's Cube inside your noggin. I think it's helpful. 3-word drama rated R from 1994. Dancing with Wolves. Dances with Wolves. Why are these men in jail? I don't get it. No stars. It's loved by critics and the audience alike. I don't know what it is. So, it's yeah, I do know what it is. It's Mouse's favorite movie. It's The Shawshank Redemption. Just give it a second. It's just processing. Cinematic alchemy of a kind that's all too rare, propelled by a supremely talented cast, a sumptuous score by Thomas Newman, and a first-rate script and direction from first-timer Frank Darabont, who later went on to abandon The Walking Dead after the first season. Okay, I mean, great movie. Nothing wrong with that. What a review, though. Why are these men in jail? That's got to be taken out of context, right? He did not abandon it. He was fired. Okay, he was forced to abandon it. If that makes you feel better, I'll still never forgive him. This is Queen. By the way, this is Chronophoto. This is Queen at Live Aid, which I feel like takes place in like 1982. It's 1985. Now we know. What's at the theater? Outlaw Lane's Extreme Close-Up? Brother, I'm starting to think that's not a movie theater. Look at, dude, what a car though. Look at this thing. Oh, this is like the 70s for sure. I mean, we should bring back station wagons, man. Like, half of the cars on the road now are SUVs for no reason except like people A, feel like safer in them, I guess, but also B, need more trunk space, especially if you got a growing family. A station wagon accomplishes the extra trunk space while also still allowing you to park in spots without making it impossible for you and the adjacent car next to you to get out of their car. I feel like we should be rocking station wagons again. It makes it harder to run people over, though. There is that. Do you see the? Listen, I'm not pro car. I'm also not as anti car as a lot of people are. I'm just a guy living my life. Okay, I don't let it define my presence on the internet. But did you see the tweet that was like, in Japan, this is what contractors use to do their jobs, and yet in America, everybody has a pickup truck, and it's one of those Japanese trucks that's like super low to the ground, and it's got a bed, but you can still use it to haul stuff. I like it. Okay, I'm into it. I will say that the picture that they used of the truck in Japan had a rice cooker in the back of it. It wasn't hauling around like a bunch of fucking cement or anything like that. Regardless, I'm for it. I wish that there were more smaller cars or less larger trucks on the road because they're annoying to drive with, quite frankly. But then people got after his ass in the mentions that were like, "Oh, really? Like, I don't understand why my truck actually gets like pretty good mileage to the gallon, and so does my wife's." Well, one dude posted a picture and said, "Hey, liberal, here's a photo of my 3-year-old son standing in front of my pickup truck. How does this make you feel?" And I don't think he thought the photo through because the kid's head literally doesn't even clear like the grill. So it basically looks like a photo that's like, here's how dangerous my truck is. Even if my own child was in front of it, I wouldn't be able to see him. I was just losing it at the people were ripping this guy up. Anyway, I feel like this is the this is the 70s. Let's call this mid-70s. 82. You got me. It's Europe. It's Sweden. Anytime I see a Volvo, it must be Sweden. I'm thinking that this is late 1960s. Give me to 69. 83. Steve Jobs and Steve Wozniak, with the sickest belt I've ever seen in my life, inventing, this is Fortnite. This is Fortnite version 1.0. The drip kind of goes crazy. What do you, Jay, I know you're here. What do you even call this shirt? It's like, I don't know what to say about it. He's got a polo shirt with the collar popped underneath, but what is this? Like a sweatshirt that has 2 buttons and an open collar? Crew neck with buttons? I don't think I've ever seen that. It's called a Henley? Bro, we gotta bring this back. Maybe not with the popped collar underneath, but we gotta bring back the Henley, dude. It never left. I ain't never seen it, man. I've never seen a Henley in with God as my witness. I have lots of Henleys. I'm wearing one right now. I'm outside all the time. No one here is wearing Henleys. Everybody's wearing like, I'm trying to, what is it called? The shirts that only barely cover your chest? They're all wearing like saran wrap crop tops and like high-waisted short shorts. And I'm not complaining. I'd like to wear a Henley personally. This is for me. Anyway, it's got to be like in 1982, 1976. I'm pure ass. I'll just go ahead and say it. I don't think this place is that good. I'm not. I'll go across the street elsewhere. This is just too many people buying. I don't know if this is like anti-Europe pilled, but I don't think I've ever had a good sandwich from a place that has the sandwiches like pre-made and sitting here. And I know you're like, they put them on the panini press. It's not the same. There's something about, I get that it's probably just a philosophical difference. They come in and like make these en masse in the morning and then put them on the panini press. But I'm just not inspired to like buy a pre-made sandwich out of a glass case. You know, I want you to make it when I order it so the bread doesn't get fucked up by the toppings, etc., etc. I want it made to order, but I understand you got a lot of foot traffic here, so there's like it's a different situation. So this looks I'm going to have to say this is probably like 2018. It's contemporary. Okay, I did pretty badly today. 2944. Take me to Housel. Presented by Iana Gardner. Yeah, you're gonna freaking like need a gardener. Because your lot is very large. By the way, chat, we gotta relax a little bit. Like every single house, there's only like two ways that it goes. People either say it's a McMansion or they say like, who the fuck made this house? Like if it has unique interior design, people are like an insane person lives here. And if it's just a house, everybody's always like McMansion. This is not a McMansion. This is like a nice house. What would a McMansion be like? A McMansion would have a fucking shorter driveway. It would be pulled way closer to the street. It'd be a little bit smaller. And it would not be white with like a navy roof. This shit would be like weirdly Tuscan. It would have like tan stone and then like a dark brown roof. And it would have like 10 times more triangles. This is just like a house. There would be like a Ford F-150 Super Cab fucking parked here. And then like one of those dark green plastic mailboxes that looks like it's made by Fisher-Price. This is just a damn house. It's like the only way it could not be a McMansion is if it had like a flat roof. Anytime there's like the triangular roof or like a bay window or like, I don't even know what these are called. I always call them like parapets. Anytime there's like a single parapet, people are like, that's a McMansion. Brother, this is just a mansion. There's no Mick about it. This is like Robert De Niro's house from Meet the Parents. Anyway, if there's horses on the property, this is not a McMansion, okay? Of course, I don't know where it is. I'm going to say it's a $2.5 million house, just based on the fact that they got a drone to take a picture of it. That's slightly too high, maybe. Okay, it's in Des Moines Shower Handle. I had nothing against this house. It looks nice on the inside. It's not just Des Moines. It's West Des Moines. Anybody here live in Iowa? What's the best part of the city to live in? West Des Moines or East Des Moines? I'm going to assume it's West Des Moines because of the fact that this house looks like they play polo. So, and this is like, I'm just, you know it. I know it. This is a rich person's sink. I guess, I don't even know what you call this thing. I'm going to call it a bump splasher. This is emblematic of a high net worth without a doubt. It's a farmer's sink. Thank you. Thank you. I'm going to say this is $1 million because I don't know what the property market's like in Iowa. It's too low. Absolutely horrendous couch. But this is good. You should not be mad because then you know people live here. Ugly furniture means that people are actually living here. So you should be grateful. It's not just an investor's like flip. People made real memories in this house. Says a $1.65 million house. Boom. You are a Housel magnate. 4.35% from the exact price. Why are you defending this house? Well, because I feel like it's not fair that, like, every time we load up Housel, people go fucking crazy on the owner. Sure, sometimes you're like, this person is definitely, like, profiting from, like, blood diamonds or something. Sometimes it's just a nice house. People are like, I would never live here. They're disgusting homes? What are you talking about? It's not... What's disgusting about this house? Go offline for a couple minutes. That's just... It's disgusting. Where do I put myself in this one? I can't remember. Makes me sick to my damn stomach. If anything, you should be grateful that it's on the market, thus adding to supply instead of just, you know, being rented out instead. La Opera d'Art Florentine, Tornano dal Alto Adige alla Loro Sida. So this is the Second World War. I'm assuming this is France. Maybe it's like, but it doesn't, it looks like France because of the French flag. Okay, yes. But, like, this looks like Italian. Well, I guess it wouldn't be Italian, but it looks kind of like Spanish to me. But I think we've established that I don't understand Spanish or Portuguese. So maybe I was going to say it's not Paris, but I think I just look at it and it looks sunny to me, which makes me think that it's the south of France. So I'm just going to say that Paris is probably the Occam's razor on this one. Post D-Day, so we'll call this 1944. It was 1945 in Italy. Fuck! Truck carrying $500 million worth of Italian art stolen by the Nazis arriving in Florence. Listen, this is just ignorance talking. I knew that the Nazis stole art, like they pilfered art. They stole it from Italy, though? Or are they driving... Like, well, that was their ally. They switch sides? Oh, okay. So Mussolini was like, I'm leaving. And then they were like, not so fast. And then Italy was like, we're with the Allies now. And then the Nazis were like, give us Michelangelo's David. Okay. To put it in the most Looney Tunes way possible. That basically sums it up. If I was teaching World War II history via TikTok, I'm on his side. You should be really careful saying that in TimeGuessr. Because Ted Bundy finally gets arrested by undercover police officers after committing 1,000 murders. Like, that happens all the time. I don't know, man. I have no idea. It looks like England to me. Kind of. Like rusty England. Like, what the fuck what's going on with the car, dude? Like, why is your fender out here and your tires out here? Is this okay? What's going on with the car, dude? Is the car okay? I don't know, man. I'm just being honest. This one's like a total wash for me. Let me be clear. I don't think it's England, but England is also what I think is the most likely guess. It's like if you ask me to pick like a number between 1 and 100. Am I confident that it's going to be 29? No, but I gotta pick something. So this is London, England, circa 1980 even. It's 1984. Police officers pull over 2 Trabant cars at Budapest. Just genuinely like... I guess I could have zoomed in on the sign. H equals Hungary? I didn't know that. Because you know, like in BC, you could have like an L sticker or an N sticker on your car if you're like learning to drive. People would see that shit in like TimeGuessr and be like, oh, we must be in Latvia. Nah, dude, you're at the corner of like Burrard and Georgia. You can see the Hotel Vancouver right there. Oh, you must be in Nigeria. Nah, man, that's Canada Place. This is London, England. Other than that, I haven't the foggiest. Place me in London. Probably not like in the river. That's fine. I'll accept that. It's as good a place as any. early 1960s. It's 1962. Photo taken of London commuters during the 1962 London smog. Is that like the Glastonbury Festival before they named it Glastonbury? I'm going to guess, first off, that's not a real bear, okay? That is a taxidermied bear. Berlin is 1,400 kilometers away. Petersburg is 70 kilometers away. They're right here. Here's what I'm thinking, okay? I'm using my noggin. This is German font. So if we're in Russia, they wouldn't be writing in German font. They would be writing in Cyrillic, which means this is probably my expectation. This is post German invasion of the Soviet Union. And then they were going like, and then they got pushed back. And then when the Red Army maybe took this over, they took this photo to be like, check it out, a taxidermied bear in 1944. Why am I going to the 80s? Maybe 1943. Let's go to 1944. It's 1941. I got it in the opposite order. German soldiers posing with Misha the stuffed bear during Operation Barbarossa. So they made the sign before they took the picture? That's not the order I would have done it in. I would have taken the picture and then I would have made the signs. What are you talking about? The sign is in German font. They did not discover the sign. It's in the picture. I'm saying because if I see a taxidermied bear, I'm not gonna and presumably there must have been a sign here in Russian before. Is all I'm saying. Okay, so I would have been here. I would have been like, holy shit, a taxidermied bear. Take a photo real quick. I wouldn't have been like, hang on, let me just write German font on a bunch of pieces of wood real quick and then like nail it up and then take a photo. I would have been so excited to see the taxidermied bear. They brought the bear to the sign? I don't know. I haven't gotten to this episode of Hardcore History yet. What are you smoking? I'm making perfect sense. I don't see what the problem is. Here's the thing. If I got a mess to clean up and I see a stuffed bear at the same time, I'm going to take a picture with the stuffed bear, then I'm going to clean up the mess. Because I prioritize my joy over my responsibility in that situation, okay? Also, people are like, what the hell is German font? This is German font. If you saw this font on a restaurant, you know what kind of food they're serving. You're not going to walk in and be like, hey, what do you guys sell here? Come on. This is German font. Thank you. Finally, some people, we're getting some sane lurkers out of the woodwork that they're saying he's absolutely right. Okay, next round. We did surprisingly well on that one. I like Mini. Don't be scared, Mini Me. I'm going to assume that this is like, the women are all wearing short skirts. So there was probably like a law that was like, your skirts can't be this short. And they were like, we like them that short. This guy, who are you fooling, brother? It's Drill, dude. It's Drill. Young Drill at the Free the Miniskirt protest in Berlin circa fucking 1968. I don't know. Oh, man. I had, like, honestly no idea. Let me say this is Berlin. 1968. 1970, German women protesting for the right to wear clothes they want. We did pretty well there. It was not Berlin, though. Oh, not washed. Not washed. And then, oh, we got two more, listed and travel. Now, if I make fun of this house, like I'm the asshole, make it make sense. I know I'm a hater. Listen, you live where you want to live. Who cares what the outside of your house looks like? I don't like the house where it's like there's a house and then they built another house on top of it. This is normal. This is way less normal than, well, listen, okay, what I mean is the fact that it has two aesthetics, it's mixed mediums, makes it less normal than the house that we had earlier. It's more normal because of the fact that it's more modest, okay? But it's less normal because they got like oil and water mixed here. They're non-missable. It's a nice tree, though. It's a very nice tree. I guess this is a $600,000 house. It's in Memphis. I think this is a $500,000 house. I'm not going too much lower. Single family home. I think it's a $425,000 house. I think it's a $375,000 house. What's wrong with it? Is it on top of a like nuclear waste facility? Memphis is a big city, right? I mean, I get it's not that big because like you don't have any neighbors, but like 325,000. Hang on, we got a little knock on the door. I think I got to get these. These are big boxes. I'll be back in 1 sec. I'm back. Just two very large, very light boxes. What'd she order? I have no idea. Pillows? Could be, but they were pretty light. Two large pillows. Slightly more than 325, but markedly less than 375. Okay, how about 340? I'm stupid. How about 332.5? Yep. It's an easy one. I don't really... I mean, I thought Memphis... Don't they do all those, like, shows there? The real estate shows? Like, there used to be, like, Love It or List of Vancouver, House Hunters International, and then they were, like, you know... They were, like, buying a house in Nashville or something like that. Buying a house in Topeka. It's Topeka Glitz. It seems pretty cheap. Nashville market is insane compared to Memphis. In my head, it's the same city. I know one of them invented country music. The other one is where Dylan Brooks is probably selling his house right now. He's condo shopping in Shenzhen. Please don't compare us to Nashville. What? You ever listen to Big Star? Absolutely. You think I only know the That 70s Show soundtrack? I know some September Girls. I know a couple. It was back in the day. Today I'd like to go from Albania to Moldova. This is doable, but I need to think about it for a second, okay? Because it's like Albania, Moldova. Moldova goes to Hungary or Romania. Romania? To Croatia. Oh. Really? Serbia? Yeah. Kosovo? No, Kosovo's like here, right? North Macedonia? Bulgaria? Oh. Kosovo? Hey, okay. Albania, Montenegro, Serbia, Romania, Moldova. I'm gonna allow myself to be proud of that one. Again, that's not my strongest area of the map.